Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar all about license and how to order trial license. My name is Maïdine from MBCom marketing team. I'm delighted to be your host. Please, before we begin, make sure your microphones are muted during the session, and we will have a dedicated time at the end for the Q&A. So please feel free to use the chat box at any time to share your questions. It's my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Kalman Mackay, our technical channel manager at MVCom, and he will walk us through today's topic. Over to you, Kalman. Just before over to you, Kalman, just to let you know that this session is recorded and we will share the record with you after the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mai. Hi, everybody. I am Kalman Mackay, technical channel manager, and I am handling the trial request. So this is the root reason why I scheduled this webinar, because a lot of question or a lot of rumor is on the field that what type of license is available. So because of this, I thought that it will be useful for everybody if you schedule a session. And part of this session, I'm telling you the details that what type of licenses are available, how you can trial a license order, and what is the workflow if you need any license for you or for your customer. Let me to switch back to the webinar title. So I will switch off my camera view and I share my screen, and let's see the details of the licenses. Mai, can you please confirm that my presentation shared?
Okay, yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, before I start with the exact details, I want to show you some example that what type of emails are coming. And it's not means that it's good or bad. It means that sometimes it's a challenge to handle the inbound request. On the screen, hiding the details, naturally, the business critical details, the partner name and the customer name. You see an example that I'm receiving an email that need a license for a proof of concept for the DLP cloud solution, where the partner or the distributor described that who is the end user and who is the partner. But you will see that a lot of any additional information is missing. So we don't know, for example, the start date. We don't know the end date. We don't know that how many licenses needed. We don't know what type of modules needed. So some information is missing, and naturally I can press the reply button. So no worries about it, and I ask back. But in this case, we cannot deliver maybe the trial license in time. So the quality of the software license delivery won't be good. And the second thing that after a multiple email conversion or multiple email reply, we will see that what is the exact situation about the proof of the concept. Moreover, sometimes we see an issue or we see that additional software components needed. So itself, the requested license is not enough to do the right POC or the meet the requirement from the customer side. Here you see additional two examples. The first one on the top, you see the customer can download the trial license pack, below mentioned Symantec product. They will do the order, but they need a license. They need a trial license in advance. And as you see, the partner requested a SES complete. So we don't know, for example, that the customer want to use the cloud component or the on-premise component. Moreover, I can create a trial license naturally, so the customer can taste the product, can start the usage. But if they submitting the purchase order, the PO, then the company will create a new tenant. So they can start the journey together with us or with the partner. But end of the day, if they receive the real license, then they need to configure the tenant, the cloud component from scratch. They cannot migrate the settings. Additional issue that 50 device is not supported. Later, I will explain for you all of the details about the trial. So, for example, in this case, we cannot generate a trial because the headache will be much more bigger. Other than the customer will receive the final license and can start the journey, can protect the environment with the Symantec endpoint solution. And the second example is about the trial license for our organization to set up a lab environment. So in this case, we are talking about the environment which will be used or planned to be used in the future because the partner want to demonstrate, want to show the solution for the potential customer. But in this case, the trial is not the right way. Again, I will tell you the details about the license, so you will see that what is the issue about this request. And this is just 3 examples. I have a lot of examples where I receive a same or similar type of request. And again, if I am doing the email conversation, the time is just running. So the best way, if everybody knows that what is the way to request the license, what type of license available, what is the right license for the business case or to the use case, and how they can do. Let's see the details about the trial. In case of the trial, what is the trial? The trial is typically for the customer. Who is the customer? Who will potentially buy the solution. So the trial is only for customer. Now the question, the partner can be a customer. Is depending on. So if the partner, for example, want to use in the environment, in the office environment, the Symantec endpoint protection or the DLP solution, then naturally, in this case, the partner, the active Symantec partner or Broadcom partner can be the customer because they want to test the product, they want to make a decision, and then if the product meets the requirements, then they will order the solution. So if you are talking about the opportunity, then we can deliver a trial license for the customer, for the potential customer. And here I am not using the proof of concept or a proof of value terminology, POC or POV, because part of the POC or POV, maybe the partner will use additional components from another vendor. So from our side, if you are talking about this licensing, we are using the trial terminology. Naturally, I understand the POC part, but officially, the license name is trial. What is the main purpose of the trial? Just a quick recap. Product evaluation before the purchase. What is the key characteristic of the trial license? Limited time validity. What means this? We need to declare in advance the license period. Typically, it's 60 days. Typically, 60 days is more than enough to test the product. But sometimes, because the enterprise companies, for example, testing the DLP, the proxy, and the email together. In this case, we can talk about the sophisticated system integration, so maybe more time needed to test the product. So in this case, we can create a half-year long trial license, and within the half year, they have an opportunity to test the product and test all of the use cases. But this is limited. Itself, the products fully functional. So all of the features available. So in case of the trial license, we are talking about the same product, which is used by the customers if they are purchasing the solution. So no limitation here. But it's not, I don't want to say that permitted, it's not practical to implement to production environment. Why? And sometimes this happens, and sometimes this is a headache. Because if you implement, for example, a proxy solution, because the customer is searching a new proxy solution, and at midnight, one of the employee facing an issue, so for example, cannot reach the internet, cannot work, cannot send the urgent document or the urgent content, then nobody maintain them. Nobody can help them. Or maybe the partner can help them, but using in production the trial licenses is a risk, because if the customer has a IT team but not trained, not enabled about the product, so they don't know that how they can handle the issues, and for example the partner is not available at midnight, then it can be a conflict between the partner and the customer. Moreover, the success rate of the POC will be reduced, or maybe will fail because the customer will say that they don't want to use anymore this product. So this is a huge risk, and please do not install the trial product and the license product into the production environment. Additional and more important thing about the trial license, that we are not giving a support. Typically, the support is for the bugs. So if the customer is using the product and find any bug in the environment, because they purchase the license and they are using actively in the production environment, the company need to help, need to support, and need to resolve the issue. But typically, in case of the trial, because the production implementation is not recommended, and typically we are talking about standard use cases, the support is not a standard part of this license. If you find any bug, feel free to report to us, report to me, contact with me, and I can help you to escalate the issue at Broadcom. But typically, if you are talking about the standard usage, the customer can taste the product, but the support, the bug, resolving the bugs is not a part of the trial license. And don't forget, the support is not about to helping you about the configuration. So if you don't find any configuration option, or if you don't know that what is the best practice about any of the Broadcom product, then the support is not entitled to help you. So the support is only for the bugs. Sometimes the colleagues are helping for you if you ask about how I can configure this or this or this. So sometimes they are answering and they are very helpful, but officially the support is only for the bugs and resolving the bugs and deliver the solution. What is the typical use case of the trial license? Proof of concept, technical evaluation, and the customer testing before the procurement. You don't see here, for example, that the customer didn't renew in time the license. So the typical use case is only to taste the product and check the features before the purchase happens. Additionally important notes about the trial license that cannot be extended. What means this? We need to size accordingly the end date of the license. We need to declare the clear requirement about the solution. The requirement in this case means that we need to declare together with the customer that what they want to test, what is the expectation about the product. In case of the DLP, the expectation can be that need to be able to catch the sensitive data on the email gateway, or need to catch on the proxy, need to catch on the cloud proxy. In case of the endpoint protection, need to declare that what type of attacks need to be detected by the endpoint protection. Sometimes we have a very special requirement, or we have a special requirement about the reporting. So best case, if you are talking about the POC projects, on the beginning, not the first step to order the license. The first step is to need to sit down with the customer, need to negotiate the requirement, need to create a success factor that meet or not meet the requirement, which is declared by the customer. And then after this done, then need to prepare the environment, need to open the necessary ports on the firewall, need to create the virtual machines, or need to create the right environment which meet the system requirements of the software. And then we can talk about the order, because typically the order is 1 hour or maximum 5 working days to deliver the license. And again, we cannot extend the license. So if you prepare according to the POC, you know everything, the system is ready to install the effective product, then we can talk about that, how many days needed. Through the requirement, you will see that how many configuration steps needed, or what you need to do in advance, or if you don't know the exact feature, but the requirement is coming from the customer side, then you need to configure the unknown feature on your side. Then you can ask us, we can help, or you can check the documentation. But you are not losing a days if you deliver the license, and the time is just going, clicking, and then you cannot implement accordingly the solution. Sometimes, if I see that the trial license is too short, so for example, the partner requests a trial license for a DLP, and they declare that 30 days is enough, and sometimes I extend or I double the time period, depending on the solution, depending on a lot of things, because sometimes 30 days is not enough to test and implement the product. This is a safe side because we cannot extend. So if the trial license expired, no option to extend and no option to order again. And in case of the software as a service solution, this is a critical issue because you configure a system, the customer tasting, but they didn't finish the testing phase. And then you will realize that the trial will expire. What will happen in this case? We cannot extend, so the license will expire, and the tenant won't function, won't permit, for example, to change the settings or get the logs, or won't protect the customer if we are talking about the proxy or an email solution. Theoretically, just on the theoretic level, but from the compliance viewpoint, is not possible. If I am ordering again the trial, so I am submitting another order, for example, ordering a cloud proxy or SaaS complete or any cloud solution, then the company will create a new tenant. So basically, you need to configure the tenant from scratch. And in this case, this is additional risk that what will happen if you are not migrating from the old tenant to the new tenant, one of the policy. But this is on the theoretic level because unfortunately, the trial is just a single shot. So because of this, please declare the right expiration date of the license because we cannot extend. And another important information about the license that we cannot convert the trial license or the trial tenant, the trial product to the normal license. So for example, if the customer is using a cloud managed endpoint protection, SaaS SaaS Complete, or SaaS Enterprise, and the customer will order the license because they made the decision and they like the Symantec solution, then the company will create a new tenant. So it's not possible to convert the trial tenant to the production tenant. Naturally, we have some product, for example, on-premise, the SAP Manager and the DLP, where you can replace the license key. But in this case, the risk that what will happen if part of the POC you did not size the solution to the whole environment. So, for example, part of the trial, you created a small environment, and this small environment is working perfectly. 20 client is continuously communicating with the SAP manager, or in case of the DLP, 20 DLP agent is communicating with the DLP M4 server, it's fine. But if you replace the license key, then the system will use the normal license, but you need to resize the solution. So you cannot say that, oh, you just replace the license key and everything will be fine. No, you need to size accordingly. And because of this, it can be a risk that the POC environment cannot meet the performance requirement. And if it is not working properly, then the next feedback will be from the customer that the solution, but it's unusable and too slow. So be careful and always highlight for your customer that the trial is trial, production license is production license, and need to install a new environment and need to drop out the license, the trial license environment. If you have any question, then feel free to use the chat window. End of the session, I will check and I will answer all of the questions. Now let's see the normal license. The normal license means that the customer purchased the product and the Broadcom delivered the license. No other terminology or no exact terminology. What is the name of this license? This is a normal license for the customer. This is a standard product usage. So it means that they are implementing the solution they are using, and if you are talking about the security solution, then they enjoy that the system protecting them. If you are talking about AO, the IMS, XCE products, then they enjoy that the system continuously monitoring the environment, or they can handle the project depending on the product that we are talking about. So the normal license is a purchase license. So the customer purchased, paid for this, which is full function, give a full functionality, and we are giving the support naturally. So if the customer face an issue with the solution, then they can open a ticket and the support will resolve the issue. And the typical use case in this case that the customer is using in production environments, it's deployed, and long-term operational use. So it means that sized accordingly, or later you can add easily an additional resource if necessary, and the customer not forced to reinstall continuously the system. So basically, as you implement and as you maintain, or as the customer IT team maintain the system, they are using business as usual. So not necessary to touch and continuously replace the solution. Then we can talk about the temporary licenses. And this is for customers, naturally. In this case, we can talk about the customer who is not renewing the solution in time. Sometimes happens. Some organization is slow, some organization realize on the last day that the license expired, and then they need to renew. So a lot of reason can be behind, but naturally we are respecting the customer. So no problem about this. Everybody is doing the mistake, or everybody facing an issue in the organization. So we are here to support this type of use cases. But the most important here that this is not a trial. So this is a dedicated but temporary license for the customers. What is the key characteristic of this license type? This is a short-term license, so it means that the customer can declare 30 days, 60 days, half year, depending on, but we cannot give 1 year license because they are not renewing the license in time. In this case, a commitment needed. So the customer, for example, realized that the license expired on today, and suddenly they contacting with you, with us, and they requesting the license. But in this case, they need to declare that they will renew the product. Why? Because some customer want to replace, for example, the solution to another vendor, but they run out from the time, and they cannot finish in time. And in this case, they return to us and asking a temporary license for the next half year or next few months, just till they finish the migration project. So in this case, it's not an option to give the temporary license, because we cannot give for free a license. But if the customer commit that they will order, so this is just a small issue or mistake why they didn't renew in time the license, we can give a temporary license, and in this case, we can cover all of the seat. Later, you will see that the trial license has some limitations. So the maximum seat of the license is 25. But in case of the temporary license, we can give the right number of the license, and the customer can use the product till they renew the production license, the normal license. Typical use case, the late renewal. So the customer cannot get the license in time, or cannot order the license in time. Additional remark that we cannot deliver immediate license. So it means that if I receive an email that immediately need a license because on today evening the system will stop, impossible to help, because in this behind there is a workflow. I will explain for you the workflow and who is responsible for this type of license. So we cannot deliver immediately. So please be careful. And if you have an option, please follow up the customer if they are very close to the license expiration. And if you see that the customer cannot renew in time, then please contact with us. And in this case, we can help and we can deliver the license in time and without any system down or is any issue about the product, we can deliver the license, the temporary license in time, and they can use the product till they resolve the ordering issue. And the last type of the license is the NFR. As you see, this is for partners. So the trial, the normal, and the temporary for the customers. So they are using the product or they plan to use our product. But we are giving the not for resale license for the partners. What is the main purpose of this license type? This is only for internal usage for partners, by partners or distributors. So for example, you can build up your demo environment. You can demonstrate the solution for your potential customer. You can check, for example, before you upgrade the solution on the customer side, that how you can migrate, how you can upgrade the solution in your demo environment. You can avoid the traps, or you can simulate, or you can test how the upgrade process is working. Moreover, we are giving a support to this. So if your customer is reporting an issue and you can reproduce this issue in your demo environment, then you can contact with the support. The support will deliver for you the solution, and then you can go back to your customer and you can deliver for them the solution. So the NFR is absolutely helpful for the partners to learn about the product, to use the product, to become much more familiar with the product usage, product features. Moreover, this is a good opportunity to demonstrate the solution and naturally through this, for example, certify yourself, do the PISM exam or get the certified expert certification. The key characteristic of the NFR that this is purchase license. So this is not free, but itself the price is very friendly. This session will be uploaded to the YouTube soon, so I cannot talk about the prices. So please contact with us if you need a NFR license. Full functionality, which means that it's not limited. We are giving a support for this, but you cannot be used commercially. And you cannot use in your environment to protect the employees. Typical use cases, customer or internal enablement. As I mentioned, you can learn about the solution, you can train yourself, you can taste the solution, taste the features. So basically, you can increase your knowledge about the product. You can build up your demonstration environment with your use cases, and you can reproducing the support issues if you can reproduce the issue in your environment and the customer don't want to talk directly with the support. So these four type of license available on the high level. And now let's see step by step the details, this type of licenses. First, let's see the trial. Typically, the delivery method is you submit the request on the form, what you see on the slide. Using this link, and then we will go through on this, using this link, you can submit the accurate information who we request, who is the customer, and what type of license needed, and the time period of the license. Through this, we can save the time instead of doing a long email conversation and asking back continuously that to clarify all of the details of the trial. So here, if you provide the right information, then you can be sure that the license will be delivered as soon as possible, maybe within 1 hour, maybe 5 working days, is depending on. the customer entitled about the license, and the customer will receive the license. What means this? As a partner, you are offering the solution for the customer, and you submit the request, or you want to deliver the trial. Then the requirement here, because of the compliance and screening policy, that we need to do that who will be the customer, who will use the solution. We need to see that the affected customer is not under embargo, not on the blacklist, not the solution is not delivered country which is blacklisted. So in any case, we need to know that who is the customer. So it's not possible that you have a customer, you want to do the trial POC, but you want to receive the license. Because in this case, that we lose the transparency, and we don't know that who takes the product. Maybe on next week, another partner will come and we request a license for the same customer. So in this case, if you don't know that who is the customer, then we can be in a piracy issue, because the customer requesting a trial license from multiple partner, they just and they are not uncovering for the partners that in the past they requested another trial license, and through this they can use the solution for free. So this is a pirate issue. In case of the trial license, the license fee is $0, so no cost. But again, we cannot extend the license and we cannot repeat the POC. So need to determine the license time period correctly. Don't worry about if 90 days or 100 days needed. We can do it. You need to do the justification, but naturally need to oversize the license period. The maximum seat, in this case, we can talk about per user, per device, or per CPU. The maximum seats is 25. So, because we are talking about the trial, not about the production usage. So if the customer has 1,000 users and you are submitting a license request with 1,000 seats, then it means that you want to implement in production, but 25 seats should be more than enough to test the product, the features, and selecting the target employees in the organization who will test the solution. And through this, the customer will see that the solution meet the requirements on the customer side. Not all product available. So in this case, please check the price list, or if you cannot download the price list, I can help you. Typically, the most popular and the top 50 products available as a trial, but some special product is not available. So in this case, we cannot give you a trial. If you are using the phone, you can select only the product which is available as a trial. So this is the additional justification that why you need to use the form. But if you have any special product requirement, then please contact with me and I can check the details. The timeline about the license delivery can be 1 hour or 5 days to generate the license. Why? Because if the customer is in our system, then we can deliver immediately the solution. So I received the submitted form details, the approval happened quickly, and then I can submit the order in the related system, and within 2 hours maximum, the system automatically will deliver the licenses. But if the customer, the potential customer, is not in the system, then we need to add. And this is a manual process. So if you give us the details of the customer, I forward this information to the right person who will create this account. But sometimes 1 or maximum 2, maybe 3 working days needed, and then I can generate the license, selecting this newly created account in the system. The start and the end date can be determined. Maximum half year. And part of the trial remark, but you see that the font size is big, so it's important. Think and plan before the trial order. It's a typical situation that the partner is presenting a solution, the customer is happy, shiny eyes, everybody want to taste immediately the solution from the IT team. But sometimes on the beginning they don't know that how they want to test, what are the requirements. So if I order the trial license immediately because you submit the request, but the customer needs additional 2 weeks to prepare the environment, or for example, the related team is on holiday, or maybe maybe another team is on holiday. So for example, the customer decided they want to test the product, but the network team is on team building, or they are traveling somewhere to the RSA conference, for example. So because of this, they cannot change the firewall configuration. So a lot of things can be which slow down the implementation and to build up the right and fully functional environment. So please sit down first, think what you want, how you want, what the customer want, then plan, and then you will see that what is the dependency and what is the right time to order the trial license. And how is working itself the process? Here you see the details. The partner and the distributor on the form submit the request. Then the channel will do the quality check. So the provided information is correct, the timeline is correct, all of the details is correct about the order. If necessary, we will contact with you and we will ask additional question. But if everything is fine, then we will forward to the territory manager or to the country manager or the responsible salesperson. Why is important? Because maybe the customer is working with another partner and the another partner want to implement the POC. So from the channel viewpoint, the distance is huge between the countries. It's a virtual distance. So we don't know that what is happening in the country. We don't follow continuously the new opportunities. Or maybe the opportunity is not created yet in our system. So we don't know that is any other partner is preferred on the customer side, or any other partner planned to do the POC. So in any case, we need to validate with the local salesperson that the request is valid and the affected partner preferred incumbent on the customer side, and they can move forward with the POC and with the trial license. If the validation is success, then the channel will order the license and Broadcom will deliver the license for the customer and deliver for me. So through this, I can forward for you the details. I can inform you that the new license, new trial license released, and you can start the POC on the customer side. So this is the way that how you can submit the order and how you can receive the license from us. Now let's see the standard licenses.
So, Kalman, before we move to the standard, can we take some
Yes.
questions? We have received so many.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, let me to open the chat window. I hope I
So
can.
the first question I can see here, this is valid only for semantic product or also for CA technology oriented products?
Yeah, Broadcom products. So if you are talking about, and sorry for that if I am not mentioning frequently the AOD, IMS enterprise solutions, it's yeah, this trial, these license types are covering the whole Broadcom software solutions.
Okay.
AOD, IMS, ESG, XCE and XC products.
Great. What is the policy towards partner? Partner needs to have NFR test license for all main product they are selling in order to be able to test the new version, upgrade before installing it at customers. We should not install a new version on customer's environment and see that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the trial license is only for the opportunity. So if the customer want to taste something, but you want to taste or you want to test something in advance before you go to the customer side, naturally a trial license is more than enough, because I order the trial license, I deliver for you the details. So for example, let's talk about the software as a service solution, Raleigh. Just to mention a CA product, you can log in and you can test, and then you can go to the customer side and you can be prepared and you can implement all of the use case which is required by the customer. So this is a traditional trial opportunity-based project. If you want to taste something because you don't know the exact feature or continuously, in case of the upgrade, this is a very good example. You need to test the upgrade, how it's going. Then option one, you can use the customer UAT environment. So in this case, there is an option that the customer give you a resources and you can test cloning, for example, the original system and testing the upgrade process. Or option two, that you can order an NFR license. So in this case, the test license is not possible because the test license is only for opportunities.
Perfect.
So the NFR is the partners for internal lab usage. Okay.
So I hope that answered your question, Dan. So another question: in the case the license expires and the product running fully stops, can this be reactivated? I believe you have answered that during the presentation, but
Yes. Yeah, so the temporary license in this case can help. Yes.
Perfect. All right. Is the procedure for a temporary license the same for all Broadcom semantic products?
Yes, and I will show the procedure in the further slides. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, you noted that the customer must confirm the renewal of the license for the temporary license. Please advise how they should do that. Do you need a document, or is just a confirmation in the mail is sufficient enough?
I am not a sales, so I cannot give you a 100% accurate answer. It's depending on. Typically, the written version of the promise or the commitment is needed, but depending on the sales, depending on the customer, depending on a lot of things. On my side, what I can share here that the commitment is needed. It can be a verbal or it can be a written version. If the customers see in advance that they cannot renew the license in time because not budgeted or they know that minimum 30 days needed to renew the license, or the procurement is running but won't finish till the license expire. So everybody see in advance. So if you follow up your customers, because you have a continuous connection with them. So in this case, you will see in advance that they cannot renew, they cannot order the license in time. And in this case, if you inform us, for example, before 5 days or 10 days, I believe that everybody see before 10 days that it's impossible to order the license, or need to give, or another issue that the customer submit the order on the same day of the license expiration, but they are not calculating with the time till this request is going through you, through the salesperson, through the Broadcom system. So they are expecting that after they submitted the license, then everybody is fine, and within a minute, the new license will be delivered. But this is not true. So some days needed till the team and the system will renew the license. So the health situation, if you see before 10 working days, for example, that the customer cannot renew in time the license, then you contact with your local sales representative. I will show you the workflow for this. And then you request a temporary license for a week, for 2 weeks, for 1 month. It's depending on, you will see. And then the customer can use continuously the product. Okay.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Kalman. We can continue the presentation and we take the questions later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see the normal license. But this before I need to close here a WebEx window. Okay, I cannot close. It's in the middle of my screen. So if you're talking about the standard licenses, what you need to know about this? My recommendation that if you have a continuous cooperation or you are continuously supporting the customer, then request an access to the customer site ID. If you deliver the license that you know that what I am talking about, this is an optional step, but highly recommended, because if the customer faces an issue, for example, they need to open a ticket And for example, this is a system down. So it means that the product prevent the daily business and you need to open a priority one ticket. Then you can do this immediately and you don't need to start to figure out that how you can open a ticket on behalf of the customer or how you can download the installation kit if you want to install on the customer side. So my recommendation that if the customer received the license, it can be a trial, it can be a standard license, then request an access to the customer ID, and later you can support easily the customer. You can open a ticket on behalf of the customer, you can download the ticket, you can handle the licenses, you can check the number of the license, the SKUs, and the expiration date. And part of the order, submit the right number of the license. So this is a good to know category that please determine the right number of the license in case of to protect the customer, right sizing from the legal perspective and from the quality assurance perspective. Licensing and implementing. For some product, the minimum quantity declared. So if you're using the price list, then please check that how many license is the minimum to order the affected product. So some product in the price list is declared the minimum quantity. Please understand the licensing policy. The partner portal is your friend. So all of the licensing document is available on the partner portal. If you don't find, just contact with me and I will get you. But the licensing documentation is online, continuously updated. So if you are unsure that how you need to determine the right number of the license, go to the partner portal, select the product page, and then you can download the license documentation. Size accordingly. The channel and the presales can help from MBCom if it is necessary. And get updated information about the grace period per products. Why is important? Because if the product license expired, some product will give you additional days and will protect the customer. Then, for example, if you are talking about the software as a service solution, the tenant will be marked for deletion, and then the first 30 days is the grace period, so the company and the customer will be protected. Then after 60 days, the tenant will be deleted, and suddenly the customer cannot manage and cannot protect the environment. So if you see that the license will expire, independently we can talk about CEA product or Symantec product, then please check the grace period and what will be the effect or what will be the impact if the license expire. Every product is different. Some product will give a grace period and you can use. Some product, in case of the email security, won't check the email. So the email delivery will work, but for example, the spam filtering, the malware filtering won't work, will be deactivated. So every product is different. So this is about the standard license, and this is what you know, what good to know about the normal licenses. In case of the temporary licenses, who can order or who can submit the request? The partner and the distributor can order a temporary license. Commitment needed by the customer, as I mentioned, is depending on. So I don't want to declare here because from the technical perspective, this is out of scope for me. And the customer will receive naturally the license, business as usual. So the license delivery is directly going to the customer. Itself, the temporary extension license fee $0, but because this behind we have a commitment, the renewal date will be the official date of the prod license date. What means this? For example, I'm using the data loss prevention, and the license expired the last day of the year, 21st of December. The company, the customer requests a temporary license, additional 1 or 2 months, because they cannot order in time the license, end of the year, Christmas season, etc. But end of January, they are ordering the renewal. In this case, it not means that the temporary license give them a free additional month or days, it means that part of the renewal date will be the same like the expiration date or plus 1 day. So it means that the renewed license will start on first day of January. So we'll continue the previous and normal licensing period. The temporary license covering all seats. So if the customer has 10 key user license, then the temporary license will cover all of this employee set. Why is it important? Because sometimes the partner is coming to us to please give us a trial, but the trial is only 20 pieces license. In this case, the company will receive an alert or the clients cannot download the definition update. So a lot of issue can be because it seems for the system that the customer overuse, not cover the right number of the licenses. But the temporary is fine. So we cover all of the seat. And the timeline to deliver the license is it can be 1 hour or it can be 10 working days till we generate the license. It's absolutely depending on. This is about the temporary license. And let's see the workflow. So the partner or the distributor initiate the request to the account manager at MBCom. The sales will validate and Broadcom will deliver the solution. So important, in this case, the channel is not in the chain. In any case, you need to contact with the local sales representative, and the sales representative will help you to request the temporary license. This is important. Channel cannot help you because the salesperson handle the renewal process also. So this person will see that the customer will renew the license, and part of the commitment, they can negotiate about the further steps. Now let's see the NFR licenses. The delivery part of the delivery method, the MBCom channel handle this. So in this case, you can go to the local sales representative, but end of the day, the request will reach the channel team. And maybe a good news, maybe the bad news, that only Tier 1 and Tier 2 partners and the distributors can get the NFR license. So if you're a registered partner, then you need to buy a normal license, but we have an exceptions. This webinar is public, will be uploaded to the YouTube. So because of this, I cannot share with you the details. But if you are a partner and you know doesn't reach the Tier 1 or Tier 2 partnership level, so we are a registered partner and you are continuously work with the Symantec products or the CA products, Broadcom software solutions, then please contact with us and we can check the details and we will give you the feedback that can we deliver for you the NFR license or not. The NFR license has a special price because the session is public. I cannot talk about the prices. And the NFR license time period can be up to 2 years and you can renew. So if you have a SES complete and expire after 2 years, then you can renew and you can continue the usage of this tenant or the on-premise solution. I think that was a question. It's on the chat. In this case, NFR, because we are talking about the demo environment, the maximum seat is 25. We have some exception in case of the CA products because some implementation is very special and require more license, but typically 25 seats is more than enough to build up your demo environment in case of the software solution. In case of the product package, for the distributors, the full package recommended. So we used to recommend for the distributors to order all of the software solution because the partners typically dealing with the distributors, doing the business with the distributors. And if the partner has any question, then typically they can address the question to the distributor. And then from the distributor directly, they can get the answer. Optionally, the distributor will forward the question to us. But for the partners, they can select the software, the necessary software. So for example, if the partner is working with the network solution, then they can order the network-related proxy, email, secured cloud, etc. The network-related NFR solution. In this case, depending on the partner, naturally they can order the full package, but typically the recommendation is just the selected software. What is prohibited in case of the NFR licenses? It cannot be implemented in the production environment. So you cannot use in your office environment. You cannot protect, as a partner, you cannot protect your employees with this solution. Cannot use for POCs or trial activity. So if you have an NFR license, you cannot implement the solution on the customer side in the customer environment. This is only for you. You cannot implement into customer environment and not exclusion the production or test environment. It's not permitted, prohibited to install the solution on the customer side, customer environment, and you cannot use a customer data. You cannot import a customer data into the NFR licenses. So these things are prohibited in case of the NFR licenses. Now let's see the process that how you can order the NFR license. The partner or the distributor initiate a request to the channel, to us. We are creating a BOQ. So after you selected the solutions and the software solution, then we are sending back the BOQ. So you will see that how much is the package. And if you are fine with that, if you approve, then we are ordering, and then Broadcom will deliver for you the NFR licenses. And again, this is a fully functional and 100% same like the normal licenses and the normal products. But in this case, you need to initiate the request at the channel. And why is it important if you are talking about NFR to order and use the product? Because if you're talking about the technical enablement, just on the high level, so I won't go through step by step on this slide. There is a stage in case of the pre-sales proven professional certification that you need to record your product demonstration. So for this, you need an NFR license. The proven professional and itself the certification is available only for the tier 1 and the tier 2 partners. Because you can order the NFR license, so we are supporting you to get the certification. Moreover, you can demonstrate the product. And if you record the session and you submit this recorded session to the right form on the Google, then after the responsible person overview the recorded session, can release for you the pre-sales proven professional certification. Naturally, you can present the customer infrastructure, but typically because of the data protection and customer privacy, I don't recommend this because through this you can leak sensitive information externally. Not because the Broadcom team is untrusted. The issue is here that you are sharing customer information. So the recommendation to use NFR license, install your demo environment, and then you can be certified more easily. Now, because I go through on the trial form, let's see the chat and the questions. Those NFR expires, I explained, yes, the NFR has an expiration date, so you need to renew as business as usual. Mai, please help me.
Yeah. So you answered this NFR expires. Is this NFR with support policy starting now? Last year, we tried to open an issue, and the answer from the support was that license is NFR, so it doesn't have support.
NFR has a support. Only the trial has not a support. NFR has a support. Same level of the support and quality of the support like a normal license.
Perfect. All right, so we were previously told that there was no NFR, so we purchased a license for Cloud SOC. In this case, I understand that we don't need to renew it again. Is that correct?
Yes. No. For some product, the NFR license is not available. This is true. If you purchase a normal license, then you can check on the support website. I won't show now. Sorry for that. Please contact with me if you don't find this information. You will see the exact expiration date of the cloud SOC license that was in your question. So no, if you're talking about the licensing method, the 99% of the license is subscription based. Now, in case of the Oracle, the license is perpetual, but we talk about 99% in case of the software license is subscription based, which means that these systems, these licenses has an expiration date, and you need to renew. The renewal date is on the support website.
Perfect. Thank you, Kalman. So will you be able to share the links to the forums with the partners in a mail after
Absolutely.
the session?
Yes. I will send when I release the recorded version in the email. I will include the form
All the
link
links.
also. Yes.
Perfect. When a new batch version will be published, we need to test it again?
I don't understand the question. The company continues to release a new version, sometimes releasing a patch which is designed only for the customer if they are reporting a bug, and a patch release for the solution for the product. Need to test again. It's absolutely up to you. I believe it is out of scope from the licensing question. This is a standard maintenance question. If you can repeat the question or rephrase the question, then please type to the chat window, and I can answer to that.
Perfect. So then please try to elaborate more on your question so we can help you. How can we order NFR license for CA-based products?
Everything is same. So what I'm presenting on today, and sorry for that I am talking too much about the Symantec products. This workflow is covering the CA products and the Symantec products also. So the whole content what I present on today covering the CA and the Symantec.
All right, so are the expired products fully non-functional or they are with limited functionality, no new policies, no new updates, especially interested in WPS, SMG, and syscomplete?
Need to check. So on the Google, if you search typing the product name and the grace period, 100% that you will get the right knowledge base article. And in this article, you will find the details that how the product will function after the license expired. Every solution is different, but very well documented.
Great. So we don't have access to partner portal, but the support portal only.
Sorry for that, but I don't know you. For the tier 1 and the tier 2 partners, we are giving an access to the partner portal. If you are a tier 1 or tier 2 partner and you don't have an access, then please contact with me. I type into the chat window my email address, key.makai@mbcom.com, and we can figure out that what is the real issue. If you are a registered partner, then this is the root reason. For the registered partner, unfortunately, we cannot give an access to the partner portal, but on the support portal, you can do anything. So if you have any license on the support portal, you can handle your licenses. So this is not a missing function then.
Perfect. So where we can get the information about the grace period for each product?
Need to use the support portal or the Google. Sorry to say this, but this is the best practice. And on the product management level, the Broadcom colleagues evangelize the same, that the Google indexed very well the support portal. So if you search on the Google and you select naturally the right search result, so not using a third-party search result, then you can get the right information. Part of this session, I cannot explain this because the software list is huge and a lot of difference between the softwares. Okay?
All right. So another question from Marius, all the product and the license can be offered as NFR or only the ones that have SKUs with NFR? What about the former CE product for which we don't have NFR's SKUs?
No problem. Just contact with us. So if you don't find the NFR SKU in the price list, then just send us an email. I share my email address, and we can figure out the right solution. And we can deliver for you the not NFI license, but NFI license price on the price level. I cannot share more details because, as I mentioned, this session will be uploaded to the
Yes.
YouTube, so the competitors can watch how we are doing this.
Absolutely. Yes. So it's public session, Fox. That's why it's like, a little bit confidential. So how many
Yes,
devices can you, how many devices can you test with NFR license?
20 seats typically is more than enough, or less.
Yeah. There is a question related to VMware product, the types of license, whether it's NFR or trial. Does it include VMware products?
Okay, the VMware is a separated team. So on today, I am talking only about the XE and XE Montec product. If we are translating this to the business units, then AOD, IMS, and the ESG. So the VMware part of this autoscope.
I will share also the VMware general information email address, so you can direct your question to this email, and they will answer you. Regarding
Mhm.
regarding partner portal, is it the Broadcom partner portal or MBCom partner portal?
Broadcom partner portal, naturally.
Yeah.
So on the Broadcom partner portal, the car is continuously refresh. On our side, the MBCom partner portal is totally different. Much more better if you go to the Broadcom partner portal because directly the product manager is updating the content.
Perfect. That's all for now, Can.
Okay, then let's go to the trial form. Now I will stop the screen sharing. I will share my another screen. And let's go through on the partner portal. First and the most important here, I will put the link of the trial request into the chat window. Okay. Trial form. But please do not open. So do not jump onto that because I would like to show you the details. So please follow my presentation. You will see the same content what you see if you open directly. I share my screen and let's see that what is on the form. So if you open the form, first you need to read and agree the terms and condition. Let's go step by step on these bullet points. The requested trial license is only for POC, POV purposes, and the maximum seat is 25 PCs, device, user, or etc. Yes, we need to understand that this is only for POC. So again, if you need a demo environment, the trial is not in the scope in this case. I have negotiated success criteria document with the customer and the customer prepared to start the POC POV activity. This is a sit down, think, and plan phase. So it means that you are not after the customer meeting and requesting the trial license because the customer is absolutely happy about the solution and want to try immediately. Please slow down a little bit, think, and then you can after you created a success criteria and the customer prepared, then you can submit the trial request. I am aware that the trial license cannot be extended. I determine the right time window to do and finish in time the POC POV activity. So again, we cannot extend. So this is your responsibility. If you request a 30 days long trial period, okay, we will deliver. But if you return to us that, oh, sorry, but the trial will expire, impossible to extend. So we need to say sorry. So please oversize. So if you see that 30 days needed, then double it, 60 days, or tell me the 90 days. You will see that sometimes it's save the opportunity and save the situation if you oversize the time period, because in case of every customer, a lot of trap can be. The network configuration, the environment, no resource, a lot of issue can be. Be prepared. I am aware that the trial environment cannot be switched to production. I told you that typically some customer try to use in production the implemented solution and they are facing a sizing issue. And they will say that the product is unusable and they will drop out. So because of the quality insurance, do not drop the environment into the production, not to mention the support part, that if the customer faces an issue, then who will help and how can help to resolve the issue at midnight, for example. Part of the license order, I provide all necessary SKU product name. I agree that the ordering additional feature or module may be impossible. This is the sit down, think, and plan. What is in the scope? Moreover, if you are unsure that what type of SKU or what type of product needed in the trial, part of the trial, then contact with us and together we can figure out the right SKU list and product list. I agree if MBCom is not responsible if incorrect information, especially email address provided, and because of this reason, the license delivery failed. So in case of the customer license delivery, if the email address is not functioning or you mistype the email, then we cannot help. Unfortunately, if you are talking about the software as a service solution, the colleagues will create the tenant and they will assign the first user this email address as a first administrator or super administrator. And in this case, the customer cannot log in, so it can slow down the trial delivery. So be careful if you provide any information. Additional information that typically is not possible to provide info or company name or any general email address. So please submit only a valid personal email address, naturally company-based, but not a general email address, because this is another policy at Broadcom that the customer cannot create an email address, the account with the email address, which is a general email address. Yes, okay, and I read and I understood the above requirements and I provide the right information to the trial order. This is the place where you need to slow down and you need to think that, okay, I am fine with that, and need to type yes. If you just type yes, then the system won't accept because it's case sensitive. So you need to type with capital letter that yes. Sorry for that, but this is necessary because everybody just quickly click to the yes, and not reading the exact message then and exact terms and condition, and they are returning with the question which is described here. Let's see the next one. Company name, in this case, I don't know, Acme reseller. I just type something here. Need to give the contact person full name. For example, presales John. This is just an example. Mobile phone number is mandatory because if you have any question, then we need to contact with the affected person. Email address. In this case, I will provide my email address, but naturally you need to type your email address. And if you submitted, or if the salesperson in your organization created an opportunity, then you need to type the opportunity ID. Why is it important? Because through this you can prove that this is a valid opportunity, and because of the project protection or opportunity protection, you are a preferred partner on the customer side who will do the POC. So it's not a mandatory field, because some registered partner cannot create an opportunity, or the distributor is handling the opportunity. But if you provide this additional information, then can speed up the license delivery. Let's click to the next one, next page. Now you need to give the customer information. In this case, Acme customer, I type something, need to give the valid contact person on the customer side. So for example, if you give yourself as a partner and you are not planned to use the product, then automatically will be rejected. So please provide here the customer information. Customer, I don't know, George, mobile phone number, type the mobile phone number and give a valid email address. And again, be careful because the info support IT is not acceptable by Broadcom. Moreover, if you mistype the email address, then the system will deliver to the wrong, incorrect mailbox, and the customer never will receive the coprod, the license email. Moreover, cannot log into the created software as a service solutions. Customer company address. Here, very important to select the right country because through this will be redirected for approval. I go back to the presentation, and here you see that why is important, because for the validation, the right person need to receive, and if you select the wrong country, then the wrong person will receive and we slow down the trial license delivery. Now you need to give the company address because maybe this customer is not in our system and we need to create. So in this case, I type here Dubai and first street, I don't know, 71, and the company zip is, I don't know what, in this case in Dubai, no zip. Next. Now you need to declare the license start date because it's not a mandatory requirement that it start on today or tomorrow. So you can say that it will start in April, middle of April, for example. And in this case, the license will be created, the start date will start with this day. Then you need to select and declare the license period. In this case, if you select the 60 days, it's fine. So no action happened and you can select the product. If you select the 90 day or more, then in any case, a justification needed. And if you just type here that because I need a 90 days is not enough. You need to justify examples, the integration is sophisticated or need a preparation on the network side, or I don't know, but need to give a valid justification that why you need more than 60 days in case of the trial license. As you see, you can select the half year, but here you need to give the very strong justification to approve this type of request. Sophisticated integration, in my case, that will be the justification, and I mistyped. Now you have two options to select the product. You can give the SKUs, so if you have a price list, you can type here the SKUs. Please do not type here the DAP cloud, because in this case, I will be confused that what you need more exactly. And the DAP cloud is modular, so some component may be required. So please type here the SKU only, or if you don't know, then you can select from the product list. So here you see that I want to test the Carbon Black Cloud, Carbon Black App Control, says complete. So this is why I selected the half year. Then I want to check the DAP core with Oracle. I want to check the DAP endpoint cloud managed solution. But next to that, I want to monitor my network and I need, I don't know, a test data manager from the CA portfolio. So you see, you can select a multiple product. In this case, not necessary to know the exact SKU. Maybe for some colleague is much more easier to declare that what they need. But if you don't see about the necessary product, then please explain here, and I can type that I need control compliance suite, not in the list, for example. It's not too popular. So I didn't put, I think, into the list. And then submit. Now the next stage that I will receive an email, and let me to stop the screen sharing. I will open my Outlook and I will show you that what you will see. And okay, what you will see and what I will see. I open step by step the emails. I share my screen again. Okay, and let's see the email what you will receive. Later I will change the format. So here you see that this is a first step from the 4 all of the step. We received your trial license order. Partner is Acme reseller and the customer Acme customer. This is helpful for everybody that this information is in the subject. And there you see that we inform you that we received your trial request. Next step, order overview is in progress. And here you see the details, and here you see the identifier of the trial request. So this is the short summary about your order, and you see that what is the next step. Now, on my side, if everything is fine, it's not received yet. It's depending on the automated system that how many minutes needed till release the email. If everything is fine, then I approve the request. And after the approval, yes, here is it. I show you. So here you see the email, approve if compliant, and then I approve on my side that this submitted request is valid, contains the right information, no additional question necessary. Then you will receive an email. Here you see, this is the second step from the 4, all of the step. Dear pre-sales John, we overview the trial order and we forward it for the local channel or sales representative is depending on. So the order overview done. Now the next step, validating by the local channel or salesperson, which is in progress. If the salesperson approve, soon I will receive an email because I am the approver in this case. Here you see, new trial license request arrived, approve or reject. Then I approve. So this is the status in this case, so validated and approved. And then I will receive an email that I can order the license. And then you will be informed, this is the third step from the 4, that your trial request order is in progress. Next step, submitting the order. I will submit the order. And if Broadcom deliver the solution, deliver the license, then I will notify you that the license delivered. Moreover, because you are affected in this project, because you will lead or you will handle, you are the primary contact with your customer, I will forward for you the license information. So this is the way that how is my screen shared?
No, we lost
Oh
your
my
screen.
God. Oh my God. Yes, I
Yes,
saw
right
meanwhile
now.
that, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the way. Here you see the email. Unfortunately, I don't know that what time the screen sharing dropped. So here you see that step by step, this is the first email, order overview is in progress. So this is the phase where we check the quality of the submitted order. Then the next stage is the trial request forwarded to the channel representative. So in this case, the channel or the territory manager will validate, and if approve, then we'll go back to me, and the trial request will be ordered. So in this case, I will handle and I will submit the order at Broadcom, and then the last stage that I will forward for you the license. So this is the way that how you can get the trial license, and this behind what type of process is running and who will do what in the background to deliver the license for the customer. Now let's see the question, and because we are very close to finish the session, luckily I sized to 90 minutes.
Yeah, but we haven't received any new questions, so I believe we are good to go. let's wait for a minute. Maybe we'll receive another one.
Yes. So if you have any question, feel free to type now, and the next 3 minutes I try to answer. If not, then feel free to send me an email. I shared in the chat window, and in the background we can talk about the open questions.
All right, I don't see anyone typing Kalman, so thank you so much for such a great presentation and engaging one. And thank you all for joining us today. Before you leave, we kindly ask you to complete the short survey you will receive after you end the session. The session recording will be shared with you all. We truly appreciate your time today, and we look forward to welcome you in our future session. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.